In the previous classes, we have learned that the change of temperature and pressure causes changing in the states of matter. Do we always need to heat or change pressure for changing the state of matter? No. For example, water, when left uncovered, slowly changes into vapor. Wet clothes dry up. Here, the liquid slowly changes into vapor. What happens to water in the above two examples? Let us discuss. We know that particles of matter are always moving and are never at rest. At a given temperature in any gas, liquid or solid, there are particles with different amounts of kinetic energy. In case of liquids, a small fraction of particles at the surface having higher kinetic energy is able to break the forces of attraction of other particles and gets converted into vapor. This phenomenon is called evaporation, the phenomenon of change of a liquid into vapors at any temperature below its boiling point is called evaporation. Factors affecting evaporation. Let us understand the factors affecting evaporation by an activity. Activity 1.14. Take 5 ml of water in a test tube and keep it near a window or under a fan. Take 5 ml of water in an open china dish and keep it near a window or under a fan. Take 5 ml of water in an open china dish and keep it inside a cupboard or on a shelf. Record the room temperature. Record the time or days taken for the evaporation process in the above cases. Repeat the above 3 steps of activity on a rainy day and record your observations. What do you infer about the effect of temperature, surface area and wind velocity, that is wind speed, on evaporation? Observation. Out of these 3 setups, water in the test tube had the lowest surface area, that is least exposed to air, so it takes maximum time to evaporate. The other 2 china dishes have equal surface area, but water in the china dish, which was near the window or under the fan, evaporates quickly due to high speed of air, as compared to water in the china dish which was placed in cupboard. When the activity was repeated on a rainy day, it was found that it took more time for evaporation of water because in rainy season the air gets saturated with moisture and has high humidity. From the above observation, we come to conclude that the rate of evaporation depends upon the surface area, wind velocity or wind speed, temperature and humidity in the air. It increases with increase in surface area, wind velocity and temperature, whereas it decreases with increase in humidity of air. Let us discuss in detail the factors affecting evaporation. An increase of surface area increases the rate of evaporation. We have observed the same in the activity. An increase of temperature. The rise in temperature increases the rate of evaporation. This is because more number of particles get enough kinetic energy while rising the temperature and they go into the vapor state. A decrease in humidity. Humidity is the amount of water vapor present in air. If the amount of water vapor is high, then the rate of evaporation is low. An increase in wind speed. Increase in wind speed increases the rate of evaporation. Example, windy day. Clothes dry faster. This is because the particles of water vapor move away with the wind and decreases the amount of water vapor. How does evaporation cause cooling? In an open vessel, the liquid keeps on evaporating. During evaporation, energy is required by the water molecule, which is taken from the remaining water or any other liquid as latent heat of vaporization. So the temperature of the remaining water gets lowered. Cost during evaporation. Example, leave the hot water in an open pot, it gets cooled. Pour acetone on your palm. After some time, you feel cool. This is because the particles gain energy from palm or surroundings and evaporate, causes cooling. During summer, we wear cotton clothes. Why? Cotton is good absorber of heat. The water from these clothes slowly gets evaporated, causing cooling of our body. Why do we see water droplets on the outer surface of a glass containing ice cold water? The water vapor present in air, on coming in contact with the cold glass of water, loses energy and gets converted to liquid state. That's why we can see the water droplets on the outer surface of glass containing ice cold water. Today's homework, chapter number 1, page number 10, question number 1. Why does a desert cooler cool better on a hot dry day? We know that on a hot dry day, the moisture is very low and the atmospheric air becomes too hot. The desert cooler is designed in such a manner that as the air passes through its wet pads, its heat is taken by the water to be vaporized and the resultant air becomes cool. Question number 2. How does the water kept in an earthen pot become cool during summer? The earthen pots are porous in nature, that is, they have small pores on the surface. The water gets absorbed and then evaporated slowly. We know evaporation is an endothermic process, which means the water particles get heat from the surface to get evaporated. Therefore, the resultant water becomes cool.